Hi, my loves. Amazing. I thought I don't know. I just kind of wanted to chat. Um Not about anything. Honestly, I just kind of wanted to see how you guys are doing. What's the 411? What's everybody got going on? Are you guys manifesting? Of course you are. You're always manifesting. Um I have a lot of my clients that right now we're all claiming our power, getting our shit back, getting our power back, mojo back after Venus retrograde and Mercury retrograde. It was pretty intense. Um, there's actually a lot of really empowered women showing up in my life right now. And it's interesting. It's kind of a mixed bag. I've noticed some very, very powerful, dominant women that are gonna get everything they've ever wanted because they are not asking for permission. These women are bold, and the ideas that they have, ideas compile on top of ideas on top of ideas. And it's just crazy to me how they always get what they want. Um, Anymore, my life is starting to shape into really powerful people. Um, I don't know. I'm actually getting very excited because just now there was this roommate that recently moved in, and he actually thanked me for cleaning. He walked downstairs, and we were chatting in the kitchen for a second, and he's off to go work out. And he when he left, he was like, "Hey, by the way, thank you so much for cleaning." I'm like, "Wait, what? What?" He goes, "Yeah, yeah, thanks for cleaning the house, the bathroom, the kitchen, like thank you." Cuz I know the cleaner doesn't do it. And I'm like, "Wow, you're welcome." Yeah, thank you. Wow. See, because I'm affirming that my boyfriend does stuff like that. Will notice things, take out the trash, make my life easier. And it's so strange because every other person in my life is seeming to do that. So it's like I'm affirming, but the last person to really conform seems to be the one guy that I want. But I have noticed a lot of movement. I've been affirming using just thoughts, just that's all affirming is, guys, is just using thought transmission. And I've been saying things like he makes my life so much easier, he appreciates me, respects me, honors me, stuff like that. And I've been noticing everybody else doing it. And so I kind of want to talk right now about well, about you, first of all. I like you guys. I really want to know more about you. How long have you been watching my channel? How long have you been manifesting? How long have you been knowing about conscious manifesting? Um, so I have been studying the law for about 3 years now, and it only just now started. Oh my God! I literally just talked about a powerful woman, and I thought of you in my head, Nina. Hi. I just started getting results. It was weird. It was like for the longest time, I didn't feel like I was getting many results, but it's actually coming in now that I've been doing a subconscious flush. I've been doing subliminals that clear out a lot of the like excess programming that you've been consuming. I accidentally, like, I've been listening to a lot of subliminals for years and years and years, and it never really worked for me. And then lately I've been doing a subliminal flush, and it's been working a lot. It's been really working. And so I'm seeing more proof in my physical 3D reality that things are changing and conforming in the way that I need them to. But like it had been about 3 years, me learning about the law and stuff and studying up on Neville Goddard and um, watching like a whole bunch of content, but it never really worked. It wasn't really working. Um, I kept getting involved in these like shit relationships and I couldn't understand what was happening. And you don't attract what you want, you attract what you are. And I was very insecure. I also was thinking I'd be abandoned. So I kept attracting men who were insecure and felt like they were always afraid of being abandoned. So it was mirroring back, and I really couldn't understand what was wrong, my manifestation game. And only just now, recently, is it even changing. I would say in the last couple months, am I finally getting the hang of it and getting everything I want coming in like that. But yeah, for years I couldn't understand what was going on. So if you guys have ever considered like there's just too much programming, there's too much bullshit up there in your subconscious, try a subliminal flush if you want. I'm not doing good in life right now. Oh, I'm so sorry, Michael. I'm sorry to hear that. Hello, Nina. How are you? Um, any advice? Oh, oh, I'm sorry to hear that. What is your problem? What area are you trying to focus your attention on? Because where attention goes, energy flows. How often are you focusing on the problem and not the solution, right? I think that most people, when we go to manifest, we're trying to visualize the end result of success, but we keep getting stuck at the problem. So it's the equivalent of like if you say you're trying to chop a board with your hand, right? So many people keep seeing their hand hit the board, and you wonder why it's not working. You're supposed to be imagining that moment of relief after you've hit the board. What does that success feel like? How does it visualize? Your hand going through the board. People see the problem and they're not getting the solution. So I would try right now to consider the fact that you're over analyzing the problem to a point you're beating it to death. Give the universe a little fucking breathing room. Give the universe a little bit of a chance to give you a different outcome. Okay? Try to think one thing that I tell my clients is like give yourself one avenue, just one scenario or circumstance in which the thing that you're stressed about could go right. Sometimes it gives you such relief that it gets you into a different state of being. And even though the universe might not do it that way, sometimes it gives you such a relief that it will allow the universe to give you a million other fucking ways of getting you that thing. So, for instance, like, say you're struggling with money right now, right? Well, if you were just to tell yourself, like, oh, yeah, you know what, but I could totally go outside for a walk later and find $500 on the ground. Like, is it likely? Probably not. I mean, who cares? Who cares? The point is, you're a human. And that took you 2 seconds to come up with. Now imagine the universe giving you infinite realities to give you the money that you need for rent, right? You don't have to worry about the how. The how is not your problem. But if you can give yourself a how, sometimes that's all it takes to just kind of relieve your pressure, your stress. So try to give yourself a how, okay? Even if it doesn't seem logical, even if it's probably not going to be how it happens, just come. Sometimes, like, the more crazy, the better. And I know this is really weird advice, but this gets you out of your head sometimes. Like, for instance, if you're like needing a place to stay, just getting into that state of it could happen, right? A deceased uncle you don't know about who lives in Montana could give you a house to inherit. Now, again, for most people, this is not practical and it's not feasible and it's not going to happen. You probably do not have an uncle that you don't know about who's going to give you a mansion. However, the pressure relieved alone with you as a god and finally thinking of something besides the fucking problem. The problem needs to stop being thought about. Stop thinking the fucking problem. Start coming up with a solution. And if you don't have the solution, it's fine, but come up with a creative one. Come up with something that's so outlandish. And then remind yourself that you're God. And the universe has a million infinite ways to get you that thing. It took you all of 2 seconds to come up with that Uncle George from Montana idea. Do you know how many other infinite ways the universe has of getting a roof over your head? Right? So sometimes what I've noticed is to get yourself out of the situation, out of the problem all the time. Put yourself in a solution. It might not be how it's going to happen, but it's enough of a relief. It's enough of a pressure to at least get out of the fucking state of anxiety. And once you're out of the state of anxiety, that's when the universe can bring in a solution. Okay? Trust me, I'm not God. You're cute. Michael, oh, if I got like $20, I'd be closer to having a place to live. You are beautiful. First of all, I want to tell you that you are God. I'm sorry that this world has convinced you you're not, Michael, but you are. You're Neo in the Matrix, sir. You have just limited the universe, though. You have just told the universe that in order to have a place to live, you need $20 more. Do you know that now the universe and its infinite realities, parallel dimensions, you have painted yourself into a corner. You have now told the universe that the only way a roof can be over your head is if you find $20. And now you're coming up with 1,000,001 solutions as to how to get $20 when there's probably already a person willing to just say, hey, just move in. No money. But you've limited it. You've painted yourself into a corner, man. And you are God, by the way. No, there is a God, though. He's manifesting. Hi, Night. How are you? I think we are being prepared for something big by being free. That's true. High experience. That's not me, and much more powerful. Oh, okay. Okay, good. Well, I'm glad that you have humility. That humbleness is so great. Fuck being humble. Fuck being humble. Why are so many of us afraid of being cocky and confident? Why are you so afraid of throwing your God power around and being like, no one creates this shit but me. I select the version of reality I want. Is there a creator that already created all things? Absolutely. Absolutely. And whatever infinite creator source that is, all source, that is what we are part of. We are made in God's image for a reason. We are literally creators. And to say otherwise is a slap in the face to a lot of us who know that we are gods, right? If you don't think that you are, that's fine. But what you're doing is effectively giving your power over away to some other deity that could have a bone to pick with you one day and not want to give you something. What I like to know is that I am God, and if I am a good God, then I will always work in my favor. I will always think thoughts in my favor. I will always leave bad conversations. I will always leave bad relationships. I will always leave habits that are bad, addictions that are bad. I am a good God to myself, right? And I think that we are so afraid in societal, wherever we're at as society, we're always afraid to say that we're God. It's considered blasphemy, It's quite pious. It's bold. But I'm reminded of Jesus in the Bible when he said, does it not say in your law that ye are gods? So here people were trying to persecute him for being God. And he was basically saying, like, listen, man, why are you persecuting me? You're God too. So we're all made in God's image. And that means that we are creator then. We are creators of our own reality. Oh, hello. Hi, Chloe. Nice to meet you. I call it free. We. Okay, wait. Whoa, it's so hard. Is it so hard to read that? I call it free. We all are in the same existence and experience where we aren't living in places we are used to, and it's a freedom. It's to show us that nothing makes us who we are except us. Ooh, I love that. Because I recently thought about that. I thought no matter where I go, no matter my address, no matter what state it is, no matter whom I'm around, it's the same. It's the same. It's the same universe. It's like the law of gravity is the same there as it is here. The law of manifestation is the same. The law of equal energy exchange, the law of assumption, the law of attraction. It's all the same. No matter where you go, it'll be the same. Same with people. You're attracting a frequency to you, a being, a person that is matched at a certain frequency. So it doesn't matter where you go, there you are. Doesn't matter your address. You will always be abundant no matter where you're planted. Always. Or if you live in hell on earth instead of heaven on earth, you will always be in lack no matter where you go, always. Anywhere you go, there you are. The real problem is you. The real problem is, can you sit with yourself 24/7 and enjoy your own company? Can you love you even if others don't? Now, truth be told, authenticity is a very, very high vibration. Self-love and authenticity. And when you are truly expressive in your soul and who the fuck you are and who you know you to be, which is why I say, please claim that you're God. Okay? When you know deep down that that is you, and no matter what you do, you always make money moves. You always attract the best people. You always expect the best. You always get the best parking spaces, always green lights, always sunny days or rainy days, whatever you want, right? But you always get what you want. Now, when you live in that energy, it doesn't matter where you go, where the universe takes you with inspired action, you're going to get the thing that you're wanting. This is why sometimes me as a coach, I sometimes I struggle because I can tell so much that people, if they would just let go of a toxic boyfriend, the universe would bring somebody in for them that's so fucking perfect. But I have to also walk this fine line in promoting for you this idea that yes, you could change this whole dynamic with the man that you're with. But honey, sometimes you got to let that shit go because you have way too much resistance. Like you have way too much resistance with it being that guy, right? Like Neville Goddard, he was a manifestation coach in like the 1920s and 1930s, I think. He was like 80, 90 years ahead of his time, honestly. Um, but he used to say stuff like, he had this one lady, she was, I think, in the audience, one of his clients or something. And she was like so adamant that she wanted her specific person, her like soulmate. She was like, I want this guy so bad, so bad. But he was like, you don't want him. You want a husband. You want love. You want a man who cooks for you and cleans for you. You don't want him. You want stability, loyalty, kindness, compassion, intimacy. And she's like, no, I want him and only him, and that's it. And that is like a really challenging thing for me because sometimes as a psychic, I can just tell, like, girl, fucking let go. I promise you. I promise you. That would be something so great. But I'm struggling because there's so many of you that just want to hold on. You want to hold on to that guy. You want to hold on to that marriage. You want to hold on to that job. You want to hold on to that. I get it. I do. Comfortability, am I right? But honestly, baby, when's the last time you were comfortable? Not really. I mean that. I mean absolutely comfortable. When's the last time you could be yourself around that person? When's the last time you felt sexy in bed? When's the last time he took you on a date? When's the last time you got flowers? When's the last time he called you just to say, I'm thinking of you, sexy, and I miss you so fucking much? When is the we're okay with breadcrumbs. We're okay. We've been trained to be okay with mediocrity, and I'm just like, why we should be striving for something so great. And I think, and personally in my life too, it's the same. I'm learning that, like, man, do I deserve the fucking best. So we really should start holding ourselves to this standard and being like, okay, universe, do what you're gonna do. I don't care who the fuck has to leave. I don't care how many puzzle pieces need to rearrange. I am worthy of it all. Fucking spoil me, daddy. Because I know my sugar daddy is the universe. And I know my universe wants to spoil me, take care of me, provide for me, make me smile every single day. Another thing I want to talk about. So many people, you say the word God anymore, and everybody's like, either fuck God, or God isn't real, or I am God, or it's always something, right? It's always so controversial. And I would say that it's because we have really, as a society, heard the word God and been so let down. And I would dare say that as an entire collective, as an entire species, God didn't really make us. I think we made God. And we're disappointing ourselves. because the gods that we have created are quite narcissistic, wouldn't you say? A lot of us have created this universe to be a narcissistic god. Sure, you can make a bunch of money, but then you'll get a bill and then mail the next day. Sure, you're going to manifest your soulmate, but then it's like, oh, it's just a summer love and it's gone. We're creating the parameters. We're creating a dick of a god. That's because we are looking at the system itself, the matrix itself, as conscious, I guess, in that it somehow has free will to like fuck up our plans. You see? Because we've all been tainted by the word God. We've all been tainted by religious, in my opinion, religious indoctrination. And anytime, me personally, I was raised Pentecostal. So like when I would go to church, there'd be a whole congregation of sick people and nobody was getting better. God, even though we prayed and gave money away, but it would just, because we have established the all-powerful, the all-knowing, the all-good. We have established that entity as a narcissist, a universe that gives just to take away. And I also do think that we've been primed for that by like Disney movies and like any movie you've ever watched too. It's like, yeah, the two main characters fall madly in love, but then something tragic. But it always happens, right? Because we've been primed. We have been programmed to believe something like failure happens, divorce happens, breakups happen, job loss is imminent, people get old and age and die, and like we have literally been trained to believe this shit. I heard this thing the other day. I think it was the Soviets. I can't remember. Some country experimented and put some of their children on an island that was completely not there was no newspapers, there was no news, there was nothing like that. And these children, though they were like 30 years old or something, they still only looked like they were 20 because they didn't understand that aging was a thing. So technically speaking, we only know that aging is a thing because we've been accustomed to it and we've seen it. We've been pre-programmed. Same with death, same with sickness, same with even the concept of paying bills. That has even been instilled in our minds from a very early age, right? But to just believe now that you could just live forever, or you could just always stay youthful and full of life, and money always comes to you, and all of it. It's stuff that has to be reprogrammed because that is really deeply instilled in the collective hive mind, okay? But since it's the new age, it's a new world order, we're all learning what it is in the new age of Aquarius. We now have to have our thoughts aligned with a new reality, the new earth, new Jerusalem, new earth, new world, new heaven, whatever you want to call it, the 5D, a higher plane of existence, whatever. You now, in order to keep the manifestation, your thoughts now have to align with that version of you, or you get kicked out of heaven. That's what I've noticed. About 14 years ago, I had an out-of-body experience, and I went to a dimension far, far higher than this one while out of my body. And it only lasted maybe 30 seconds. It wasn't nearly long enough. It was such a beautiful experience. I was totally sober. I wasn't drinking. It was nothing. It was just sober. I was meditating, and I had a spontaneous out-of-body experience. And it was such a high vibrational plane of it was literally heaven. It was literally heaven on earth. Like, even though I was out of my body, it was still very much in my house. Like, there was a being that was taking me around in my house, but it was still a higher plane of existence. And I was just a light body. And so was this other being. We were just light. That's all we were. And consciousness. And that was 14 years ago. And then I got kicked out of heaven. My thoughts did not align with that version where I was at. I was there for about 30 seconds. And there was this being that was talking to me telepathically, talking to me in the head, in my mind. And my thoughts were not aligned. I started to think thoughts aligned with, please don't send me back. I don't want to go back. Don't make me go back to my house. Don't make me go back to my life. I want to stay here. I want to stay here. I was so happy. And because of that, boom, I got kicked out. I literally got booted out of a higher frequency because my thoughts were not aligned with, of course, I'm worthy of this. You love me. I love you. Duh. This is God. This is a soulmate. This is love. This is Jesus. This is Krishna. This is whatever this is. Transcendental. This is enlightenment. Whatever it is, I was worthy of it then, but I didn't know that. So I got kicked out of that frequency. And so the real key here is knowing that when your thoughts, your dominant thoughts, this is where programming your mind comes in. Your dominant thoughts create reality. Your dominant thoughts, technically what it should be is your dominant thoughts keep you in a specific reality. Okay? I was not vibrationally aligned. My thoughts were not aligned. I could not keep that frequency of heaven. So I got booted out, and I have been 14 years struggling in hell. Basically, that's what it is. That's what this 3D is when you're not awake. When this 3D physical matrix is throwing you around like a rag doll, and it's making you its bitch, not the other way around, it's hell. It's torture. And I experienced for 14 years pure torture because I was learning the lessons I was supposed to learn so I could teach. But for 14 years, I had to learn that heaven is certainly a frequency and it is accessible within you. I entered that plane of existence from within, not without. I didn't go to a person. I didn't even go to a shaman. I didn't even take a hallucinogenic. It really was heaven within me. And the only thing that booted me out and kept me out was my belief that I was not worthy of that was not recreatable, that was not my home. It was the belief that it's unobtainable. It's a place only for the holy, only for certain chosen ones, only for this. No, everyone is allowed to have that experience. And I, for 14 years, went through a lot. I was trying to figure out why I got booted out of heaven instead of just reclaiming that state of being. Pain-free, love, pure love, light, happiness, joy. Like, instead of being in that, I allowed myself to be kicked out of that frequency. So here's the thing. So right now, as planet Earth is going through this great awakening, and we're basically, the planet is vibrating at a higher level. And what's happening is, it's basically like the planet is like shaking, and the fleas are shaking off of it. There cannot be lower frequencies in this plane of existence anymore. The plane that we are in, collectively, we have transcended so much darkness. We have elevated as a society, as a people, as a collective, so much that we are now on a new planet. It is effectively a new planet anymore. And there are no longer energies or entities that can survive in the frequency that is nirvana. To stay in a state of nirvana, to stay in the alignment of I have the money, I have my soulmate, I have health, I already have that house, I have that car, I have that job. To stay in alignment with that, in that heavenly place, your thoughts have got to align with that reality. That is the only requirement. Not where you were born, what color you are, your ethnicity, not what church you belong to, not how much you've paid that church or that organization. No, not if you've forgiven this person or that. The only qualification that you need to enter the state of heaven that is within you is just the knowing that you are already it. And you know that you are already it when your thoughts align with that reality and you fucking claim it. You claim it with your thoughts. You claim it by saying, I already have it. Thank you, universe. Thank you for the money. That's mine. Thank you for the soulmate. That's mine. Thank you. I'm glad he took me on a date. Duh, because that's mine. He's my husband. Thank you for the great sex. Thank you for the amusement park we went to. Thank you for this. Thank you. You all you have to do is claim it. It really is that easy. But see, so many religious people would have you convinced that it's not that easy. You got to go to this church service. You got to put into this collection plate. You got to wear this certain outfit. You can't wear makeup. You can't have sex before marriage. You can't drink alcohol. You can't eat meat. You can't do fuck all of that. Just flat out fuck that. Eat whatever the hell you want. Go wherever the hell you want. Screw whoever the hell you want. You are allowed to have anything you want because you are a free sovereign being, period. That's it. End of story. Heaven is yours because it's yours by fucking birthright. It's not yours because you do something to attain it. Nah, fuck that. You have blood in your veins and oxygen in your lungs, and that is why you are entitled to heaven, period. That's it. That's it. Not because you were born with a silver spoon in your mouth, not because you attained this degree or you went to this university or married this guy. Now, fuck that. You are allowed, no matter what, anytime, to access the heaven that is in you. There really is no heaven outside of you. It is not that. It is not a place you go to. It is not a place we wait for on our deathbed. You don't get to go to heaven when you're just 90 and like it's your last day and that's it. And it's all, everybody's waiting for that shit. Let's not wait for that shit. Let's have heaven on earth now. Let's have an easy life now. Right? Let's make money miracles now. Let's expect the universe to start showing us that our soulmate loves us now. Let's claim that we get that job now. Let's claim that we get to have amazing dreams and astral experiences now. Let's claim it now. The only moment you have is now. You don't have when you're 90 years old on your deathbed right now, do you? No, you don't. So you're telling me you have to live the rest of your 60 years on this life, in this life without heaven? Really? Really? You're a human being. You're a flawed human being that is sometimes even a bitch, and you are pure love. So what would the almighty, unconditional source of all love wouldn't want you to smile right now? Wouldn't want to put food in your fridge right now? Wouldn't want to share with you some sort of amazing secret about something? Wouldn't want to have you experience astral travel? A good God wouldn't want you to discover your spiritual gifts, wouldn't want you to what? Dibble and dabble in some things, learn about the hidden mysteries. Any good God worth worshiping, any good God worth knowing would want you to be living an enjoyable life right now, would want you smiling for no reason at all other than you breathe oxygen. Do you understand me? So the question is, why are you not allowing yourself to access heavenly realms if it's free of charge and you could do it right this moment? I'm going to tell you why. Most of you have considered that you're either not worthy, or it's too hard, or heaven like that doesn't even really exist, Jenna. Nice try. Well, first of all, it does fucking exist. I live it 24/7. Well, I try to anyway. It's a little impossible to live it 24/7 in this all the time. But mainly, I do live it. Heaven is a state. Heaven is a virtue. Heaven is a state of mind. It is a state of being. It is a state of consciousness that you hold by thinking thoughts aligned with that version of reality. So what would that version of you be thinking, right? Thank you. Thanks, Experience. I love you. Hi, Cat Goddess. No fucking breadcrumbs. No way. Why would we? We own a bakery, Sweet Cheeks. Why would we do what? No. If you want to give breadcrumbs, honey, go feed Gus Gus. We don't do that here. We own bakeries. We would never accept breadcrumbs from a man ever. Man, woman, nothing. No. Fuck breadcrumbs. I don't even like saying the word breadcrumbs because that shit is so irrelevant. We do not do that. Actually, it's strange anymore. I literally manifest. I didn't But when my boyfriend was here last week, I said the name Sean, and I didn't know this, but I was predicting a roommate showing up 2 days later. So there's a guy here, brand new, his name's Sean, and I just met him in the kitchen. And really cool guy, really awesome actually. And he went upstairs, grabbed his gym bag, came back down, and he said, "Hey, by the way, thanks so much for cleaning. Like, thank you. Because I know the cleaner doesn't clean. So thank you so much for cleaning." And it just showed me that, oh my God, my affirmations are working. I now think things and I now assume everyone appreciates me. People love listening to me. People need the content that I provide. People love working with me. People love being around me. People appreciate me. People say thank you. People are grateful. And it doesn't necessarily mean that I'm getting that treatment from my boyfriend, which is the one we're all trying to manifest back into our lives. That specific person, right? But it is being reflected in others. So it is showing that movement is actually happening. For instance, if you're trying to say you're trying to manifest a Maserati, okay, just an example, a car, right? Everyone in your fucking experience is manifesting that car. Your neighbor got a brand new Maserati, color you wanted and everything, right? You're the last to get the Maserati, but you have to see it as progress. You have to see that the universe is hearing your order. It is taking your order. It's hearing you. It's proving to you that it is listening to you if you could just change your perception. That's all you have to do. Change your perception. Instead of being angry and jealous that your neighbor got a coveted car that you're wanting, confirm and tell the universe, wow, look at you looking at me. Look at you listening to me. Right? So it's called Birds Before Land. If you guys, whatever, it's called Birds Before Land. You're getting your shit. Okay. Basically is what I'm telling you. You're getting your shit. Okay. And you're getting your shit. There it is. Okay. I'm going to read what Michael said, and then I'm going to stop reading what Michael said because this comment fucking sucks. And you can leave then, Michael, if you want, because I don't think you're going to resonate with me. He said, "No, we're humans. I need a God to guide me. And there is one. We are weak, but he is strong." First of all, I'm not weak. Okay. I'm actually the strongest motherfucker I know in my life and in my reality. Now, when I speak, it is the I am, it is the God within me speaking life into existence. The word of God is on our tongues. The word of God is in our minds. The word that became flesh is you, Michael. The word that became flesh is you, Michael. Again, it is not a book. It is simply a thought process. It is a consciousness that is you, God. You are pure, unadulterated consciousness. You are Christ consciousness. You are pure awareness. And where you as God focus your attention, that is the reality you will create for yourself. That is what will start presenting itself to you in the physical 3D world. Okay? So when you say, no, we're humans, you have just limited yourself. You didn't limit me. You limited yourself to a reality where a whole bunch of people are going to show up in your reality weak as fuck, because you do not attract what you want. You attract what you are. And since you are simply human, Michael, you are going to attract a lot of humans who, in your quantum bubble, they will be very weak, undisciplined as humans. Okay? If you would have instead said, yes, I am God, and claimed that and truly known that you were and that you are Christ conscious awareness, you would have attracted so many more very powerful people into your life who also state the same thing and know that they get what they want as God as well. Okay. Religion did a really horrible job, I would say, on convincing us that we're not allowed to say we're God or even have that audacity without being sacrilegious, blasphemous, like you're not allowed to say it, and I feel so bad for people that don't get to say it with that level of conviction that I do. I mean, I used to be you, Michael. I used to be terrified of saying that I'm God, especially having been in the church. Like I left the church when I was 16, but that's because my church thought I was Satan's spawn. So when you're getting called the devil, it's already kind of taboo to even claim to be God. So back then, what this was 20 years ago. Back then, there was no way I would ever imply such a thing. But today, I know I'm God, so there's no way I can imply otherwise. I know I'm God. I am the I am. I am that I am. I am that I am, which I am. That I am. That one. The one that says I am anything. I am healthy. I am sick. I am here, I am there. I am rich, I am poor. Whatever the I am is today, whatever it is that I claim it is in the present moment, that I am is me. That I am is you, Michael. Right? You're limiting your power. And I get it. It's a fear thing. It is fear. I would really look at that. There is one. We are weak, but he is strong. Well, that he is you. That Christ is you. And you are strong. Your higher self is strong. Your best self, your highest self, that holy divine you, that soul spark in you that is in all of us, that is God, is strong. The flesh is weak, 100%. Oh yeah, the flesh? Shit. Yeah, 100% that's weak. But the you that is Christ, right? Christ that lives through you is strong and does make the rules and does make the policies. Now, if you can finally agree with John 3:16, then when it says, those who believe in him shall not perish, but have everlasting life. The believing in him is not believing in someone external. It is believing in you as the source of it. Once you believe in you as the source, then you will have everlasting life and not perish. But right now you're perishing because you're already in a reality that sucks and you cannot get out of it. The only one that can get you to the Father is Christ, and you are Christ. So the only one that can get you to these alternative timelines is your Christed self. That's all it is. Your Christed higher awareness. That is the only thing going to be shifting you out of a lower vibration into a higher vibrational place. All within. It's not a physical location. Nothing is going to change physically. Now, one thing will change physically at first. It will just feel different. Your thoughts will start becoming more positive and you will just feel better. You will start making more decisions aligned with, oh, if I were healthy, I'd be doing this. And if I were rich, I'd probably do this and I'd call this person and I'd do that. And these are inspired actions, but only when your Christ self, aka the Savior, changes from being the Antichrist. You are both. You are it. You're the Antichrist. You're also the Christ. Okay? When you can flip your thoughts from, I'll never make the money, I'll never be able to have that job, blah, 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 to, I already have it. Infinite source already knows a way. How? I don't know. It doesn't fucking matter how. I don't care how. That's not my job. My job isn't the how. My job is to simply claim that it's already done. And when I see bullshit that says otherwise, I say, ha, 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 hold my beer. I'm going to keep going back into the same reality in my imagination of it's already done. I already have that job. I already have that money. I already have those clients booked for weeks out. I already have my soulmate. I already have the best life ever. I already have the luck. I'm the luckiest person alive. So go back into the reality you want by thinking thoughts from that reality. Don't think thoughts of that reality. Thinking, daydreaming, that's more like thinking of your person. Oh, he's so cute. He's so sweet. I remember when we did this. That's more like thinking of. I'm talking about thinking thoughts from having your person. What thoughts would you think from the reality of you're already together? Well, you'd probably naturally be thinking thoughts like, should I buy him his favorite orange juice when I go to the store? I can't believe he loves me this much. God, he's so sweet. Oh, he's always blowing up my phone. I love how he takes me to dinner. I love that he's always so attentive, right? You would be thinking thoughts naturally from that version of you that already has him, right? So the point is, don't think thoughts of your person. Think thoughts from having your person. Exactly. It's the energy we want, not the person. Thank you. That's it, baby. That is literally the perfect segue into the next topic, which is you don't really want that man. You want kindness. You want love. You want humility. You want cuddles. You want good sex. You want intimacy. You don't really need that man or that woman. You want a husband or a wife or a soulmate, or you know what I mean? It's not that person. And look, hey, I'm preaching to the choir, girl. Do not even think for 2 seconds. I haven't already considered that the universe is doing something crazy and not bringing back my ex. I've already considered it. That even though I want him and I'm trying to manifest him back, because that is really funny. Because I said to somebody today, I said, when one door closes, another one opens. Hello, sir. How are you this evening?
Yo estoy muy bien, gracias. ¿Y tú? ¿Qué hay de nuevo? Todo bien, espero.
Okay, excuse me, guys. I have to excuse myself to the ladies' room. I will be back later. I can't believe that is so funny. You see, I literally told you the universe is always doing something crazy like that. I'm sitting here trying to tell people when the universe says let go of something, let go, because something better may come in. I shit you not, I said that. And the door opened. That was funny. Anyway, did you get tea? Are you serious? Okay. You know what? Fine, universe, you win. What the fuck ever. What the fuck ever, you win, universe. Did I not just say it? Thank you so much for getting that tea. Okay, so, wow. When a man buys you chamomile tea, I think you start listening. I think you start listening to the fucking universe, girl. But I'm telling you, I literally could not even believe I said that shit out loud. I said, yeah, no, honestly, I think the universe is trying to show me like XA on the XA. No go on the old though. So yeah, I think that that's like a thing. I'm gonna have to take the fucking hint from the universe and whatever. Sometimes, man, you just gotta let shit go. And see, because as much as I am the world's best manifestation coach, and I know you can get exactly what you want, tailor made, yeah, sometimes the universe has a way better plan. Like somebody here came to rescue me during a tornado the other day. I'm just saying. If it weren't for him, I'd be in a different state, probably. I'd probably be in Antarctica or something. It would have just spun me around and spun me in some others. But anyway, that is the fucking irony of ironies. Do you see how the universe always conspires in my favor? Girl, I know you see that shit. A good man went to the store and bought me some chamomile tea. Girl, sometimes you gotta listen. You gotta listen when the universe does something. Who needs church when you can just go within? There it is. Goddess, I love you. I love you. I thank you for being here. May Rain Experience, I love you guys so much. Thanks for being amazing mods, girl. Because like shit's about to get really, really busy on my chat. I can feel it. I've been changing focus a lot from what I used to do. I used to just do readings, and I'm not doing those really so much anymore. I'm just doing like manifestation coaching now, doing more live coaching. And so I think that the algorithm's going to pick up a little bit as well as viewership. So I just wanted to let you know. But I am going to go because I'm going to go get some tea. He went to the store and picked up chamomile tea for me because I mentioned yesterday I was running out. Girl, I'm going to go. I'm going to go talk to him. Okay. All right. Anyway, thank you, Nina, for being here. I love you so much. Guys, yeah, so again, when one door closes, you should probably let that shit go. I'm gonna let it go. All right. I'll talk to you later. Bye, Keith. Thanks for being a buzzkill. Have a good one.